Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 11th through the 17th. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You may stumble upon this after the 17th. That's just fine. You're going to find it whenever you were meant to. Whenever it was time to hear the messages, keep in mind this is a general reading for the Taurus collective. Not every single message is going to resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, link is in the description of this video. Calendly.com/amethystangelite. Let's get right on into it and see what is coming up here for the Taurus collective. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, we got a candle that went out. All right, we got our candle back. Gonna move you guys here a little bit closer. And we're gonna get right onto the cards. The first card coming up for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising is the Devil. This also came up for Leo. Therefore, if you do have a Leo placement, I would strongly suggest watching the weekly forecast for Leo. There may be some messages that might be reinforced or confirmed, or things might make sense and become like a more whole picture for you if you have a Leo placement, because it came up for them as well. This can be Capricorn energy. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. I know a lot of people are used to watching tarot for love and romance, so the cards are usually seen as other people in a situation. Now, I do love reading separate on my channel, because in the weekly forecast, I want to focus on you. I want it to be about you and your journey. Love readings for April are linked in the description of the video if you want to check out love videos after this. But this is going to be more about you and your journey. If you have a Capricorn placement, there can be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life. Now, we are coming out of the new moon in Aries, and we are coming out of, or actually we're kind of like in this new year, this new zodiac year, this new astrological new year. And so a lot of us are feeling that clean slate energy. A lot of us are looking at life like what we want to change and how we want to do things differently and getting a fresh start. Maybe even I keep hearing like getting a do-over. And a lot of the times when we're coming into big changes like that, negative ego comes in really hard, and it really starts tearing into us. Negative ego hates change, even when the change is positive, even when the change is good. So that negative ego starts ripping into us the closer we are to that big change. And that mean voice that's like, you're so stupid, you don't know what you're doing, you're not good enough. But if we can be aware of our thoughts, and if we can catch it, we can say, okay, there's a negative ego. I must be really close to a massive change right now, because it's really coming at me really hard. And then we can work through it or work past it. You can always also call on Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel helps us to be more loving with ourselves in our internal dialogue, helps us to be more positive and optimistic, helps us to see the beauty in us and around us, and to bring beauty into our life. And you can ask her to help you. Thank you, Archangel Jophiel, for helping me to be more loving with myself in my internal dialogue. Thank you for helping me to see myself and love myself as heaven sees me and loves me. Thank you for bringing beauty into my life. Okay, positivity into my life. Because this card is going to come in when we're dealing with some heavy energies. I feel, Taurus, that some of you are really looking at changing some self-medicating patterns or some addictive patterns. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, and it makes me very sad, but I feel some of you have people in your life that they're telling you you can't do it, which is weird, right? You would think that when you're trying to better yourself, or you're trying to be healthier, or you're trying to turn away from certain addictions, you would expect for people in your life to say, hey, Taurus, I'm so proud of you. You're doing such a good job. Keep it up. Instead, some of you have some really nasty people around who are telling you you can't make it. They're telling you you can't do it. Okay? Now, instead of hating these people or feeling resentment towards them, you can remind yourself that they're just projecting upon you how they feel about themselves, and that they're so afraid of what you're going to be able to accomplish When you have all of this stuff resolved and worked out, you're not even going to need them anymore. You're going to be gone. And that terrifies them. That scares them. So in a weird way, in a twisted way, this is their way of loving you, of trying to hold on to you. Now, don't take that toxic love. It doesn't make it okay. But if we understand why somebody is doing something, sometimes it can help us to heal and to move on from it, not to feel stuck in the situation or not to get bound by resentments. So when I'm saying this is their way of loving you, I'm not saying it's okay. And I'm not telling you to put up with it in your life. I have to clarify that. Sometimes people get it twisted what I'm saying and they're like, I can't believe you would tell me to stay in such a toxic situation. That is not what I'm saying. But if we understand why someone is doing something, we can move past it. We can go about it without being hurt. And that's all that I'm saying. I'm not telling you it's okay. I'm not telling you to put up with it. But if we understand it, we can keep it from hurting us sometimes. This is a major arcana card. So major arcana cards are always going to come up when we're coming into a new chapter. It's a significant new change. And so in this way, this is energy that's going to be around for a while. Even though I'm setting the intention for the next 7 days, this energy will be around for a while. And so this is about you breaking out of that fear, breaking out of any kind of addictions or self-medicating patterns that have been holding you back, breaking out of karmic cycles. This is really big energy. So I would encourage you to be as loving with yourself as possible in the coming days and to make sure that you're not pushing yourself too hard. Go easy on yourself. Be gentle on yourself, Taurus. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Six of Cups. Okay? Now, some of you can have a Capricorn that is resurfacing or reconnecting with you in your life. It does not have to be a Capricorn. It could be because we have the Devil card here. I know a lot of you are getting mad, but before you come at me in the comments here saying, I'm sick and tired of all of you readers, I'm done with this person, they're done, I'm sick of them showing up, they're dead to me, I don't want it. You have to understand something. First and foremost, it might not be a romantic situation. Just because somebody is resurfacing, it doesn't mean that it's an ex. It could be a childhood friend you haven't talked to in a long time. It could be a family member. It could be somebody like a parent that maybe you're kind of estranged with and they're resurfacing and they're trying to, patch things up with you. It doesn't have to be somebody resurfacing as an ex. It could just be somebody from the past who's coming up at this time because it's going to help you connect with a period in your life or a time in your life where there's things that you need to release or resolve. Okay? It could be inner child stuff happening for some of you with this Six of Cups. It could be memories of the past resurfacing also as you're going through this clearing of the negative thought processes or these energies. And so I will say this before I get into what I was about to say. Sorry. There's so much coming in. I'm trying to get it all out. Some of you have a devil resurfacing and trying to reconnect with you, but they're presenting themselves to be a being of light, or they're presenting themselves to be someone who's coming in to offer you kindness. But I feel that this is someone who's very possessive, very jealous, and they're doing what they can to try to hold on to you for selfish motivation or for selfish reasons. And they may say things or do things very subtly to make you doubt yourself, to kind of little by little chip away at your self-esteem so that they can hold on to you, so that you're not going to go off with other people or other opportunities. So be aware of that. Be cautious, be alert, because for some of you it's kind of like Spirit is showing me Snow White and the apple, right? The wicked queen or the wicked stepmother showed herself to be like this, harmless old lady giving her this apple, but it was poisoned. And so I feel in this way, this person is coming up, and maybe they just feel threatened by you. For some of you, it could be someone who's coming in as a frenemy, right? Maybe for some of you, this is a frenemy, like they think that you're getting attention, or they see that you're improving yourself and it's freaking them out. And they're like, oh, I got to stop Taurus before Taurus really hits that glow up, right? And they may be chipping away at you. For some of you, this could be a romantic situation, and this person is acting like they're helping you, but really they're doing things to sabotage you. So if they know that you have a tendency to drink a lot or eat a lot when you're stressed, or even maybe when you're happy, and they act like, oh, baby, honey, I'm going to support you, I'm going to be there for you. But then they're having all these temptations around you left and right. They're trying to keep you in the old habits so they can hold on to you. So be cautious of that. Be aware of that and be cautious of that. Now, some of you with the Six of Cups can be where you're really going back in your memory. As this stuff is coming up, the negative ego, the negative stuff, it could be that you're remembering things from the past as you're clearing and releasing. Some of this can be very healing. Some of you might be having memories of your dreams and your ambitions and the things you thought you were going to do when you were a kid that you forgot about. And now you're like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that for little Taurus, right? I'm going to make little Taurus proud, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pursue that dream. And so it can be healing in this way. If you are in your mind a lot in the past, just try to come to the present moment as much as you can. Take little breaks, because when we stay in the past too much mentally, we can start to feel depressed. So just kind of try to bring yourself back to the present from time to time, and don't stay in the past too long in your mind. The next card that's coming up here for you all is the Five of Swords. And here we have the burning of bridges. So for some of you, okay, you might be having to tell somebody to get lost. That's resurfacing, regardless if it's romantic or not. For some of you, an old issue is rearing its ugly head. Okay, something that maybe you thought was behind you, it might be resurfacing with someone that you're dealing with that's triggering you. Now, I hate to say this, Taurus, but the Five of Swords for me can come up a lot of the times when we're dealing with someone who really, really knows us very well. They know our insecurities, they know our weaknesses, they know what to say or what to do to get a reaction out of us, and they try to use that to steer us in the direction they want us to go. So, for example, maybe growing up, your family made you feel like you were very selfish, even if you weren't. You were just brought up to feel like you're a very selfish person. And then you try to set a boundary with this person. They're being inappropriate, they're not being respectful, and you try to set a boundary with this person. And then they turn it around on you. They turn the tables on you. Like, you have no idea what they're going through. You have no idea how hard things are for them. All you can ever do is think about yourself. And all you do is try to control people to get what you want. And they turn it around on you. And you're like, wait a minute. Wow, okay, I guess I'm selfish. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want this person to think I'm selfish. And then we're like, okay, let me forget about that boundary then. Let me drop it. It's such a sneaky, manipulative little tactic that they use. Because of the way this person operates, a lot of the time it's going to be family. It's going to be somebody who knows you really well, or somebody that you grew up with. Typically it's not going to be somebody super new in your life, unless you're dealing with a very intuitive person who's very toxic and they're really good at reading people and they have you figured out well. But usually it's somebody you know very well and they're trying to get at you. For some of you, it could be a Capricorn. And they may be saying things or doing things because they see you about to take off and they're trying to chip away at your confidence. When you find yourself getting triggered, instead of blowing up on this person or going off on them, and I think you might at some point, and you might really burn bridges with this person, but before you do that, if you can take a step aside and write out about what happened. What did they say? What did they do? How did it make you feel? As far back as you can remember, when is the first time somebody made you feel that way? Who was involved in that situation? Now, why do you think these people did this to you? Why do you think they did these things and said these things to make you feel this way? What did they get out of it? How did it serve them? And then you're going to write out a release to these people. You know, here's the expectation I had of you, or here's the obligation that you had to me that you failed. Here's what I was needing from you that you didn't give me. But just because I didn't get it from you doesn't mean I'm not going to get it from somewhere else. The universe is an abundant universe. I release you from any and all expectations. I am not waiting for a single thing from you. You may go. You are dismissed. I do not need you. Goodbye. I forgive you. I release you. I let you go. And then write out a forgiveness for yourself. Anything you're blaming yourself for. If you're feeling stupid because you gave somebody a chance, or because you trusted somebody, or you're feeling embarrassed because you cried in front of somebody, or you went off on somebody, anything that you're holding over your head, write a forgiveness to yourself, and then write out how you're choosing to feel about yourself and about the situation from now on moving forward. If you can do that, not only will you eliminate this person when you burn bridges with them, you will also eliminate this trigger. So that even if you were to come across them and they try to push that button, it's not active, it doesn't work. Or you come across another person that tries to push that button, inactive, doesn't work. You can eliminate the trigger. Okay, I know it's really great to just want to burn the bridge, and you can do that, but do the work also so that you can also get rid of that trigger, so that it's not having power over you anymore. The next card that's coming up for Taurus is the Wheel of Fortune, right? We're starting with major arcana, we're ending with major arcana, big week, big energies, big shifts. The Wheel of Fortune is about getting unstuck and moving on. And a lot of the times the Wheel of Fortune comes up to say, look, whatever can be done in this situation, you've done it. You've been there, you've done that. Whatever karmic debt there was to pay in this situation or in this person, you've done it. Whatever way there is to approach the situation, you have done it. There is absolutely positively nothing left to try in this situation. So when you do move on and you do move forward, you can move forward with a clean and clear conscience. You can move forward knowing that you did your part, and whatever is left at this point is up to that other person to deal with. It's not your problem. You fulfilled your end of the contract. You fulfilled your end of the obligation, and you are free to go on to bigger and better things. The Wheel of Fortune can show up when we're finally getting unstuck and we're moving forward. So for some of you, you had a ball and chain, and it was really, really pulling you back and holding you back. You're releasing that ball and chain, and when you get moving now, you're going to be moving so fast you don't even you can't even imagine. You don't even know. So this could be a family situation for some of you. This could be an ex. This could be a work situation for some of you. Because unfortunately, I hate to say it, some companies run themselves like an abusive relationship, right? When you have somebody that they're scared that you're going to leave them, so they make you feel like you're not good enough, or nobody likes you, or you're ugly, or you're stupid, or whatever. Some companies do that to their employees. Especially right now, if you guys have been watching the news. I don't watch the news, I stay away from it, but every so often, like if I'm with a friend, I'll hear something on the radio, or from time to time I visit my family and they're watching the news. I have heard it so many times on different occasions that people are leaving their jobs in droves right now People are leaving the workforce like crazy. Everything that we had with the Rona and all of the changes, people are re examining their life and they're like, I don't want to be here in this situation anymore, and they're leaving. So, some of you could have employers that are very concerned about this happening to them, and they're really doubling down on those controlling tactics. You're going to break out of it, Taurus. Whoever it is that's doing this to you, you're going to break out of it. And you're going to realize why they're doing it and how powerful you are. And you're going to take your power back and you're going to accomplish and do really big things. And I'm proud of you and I'm excited for you. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign if you haven't already. Some weeks your moon sign and rising sign may resonate more for you than your sun sign. You may need a private reading with me, which you can schedule by going to calendly.com/amethystangelite. As I said, the link is in the description. Love readings for April are also linked in the description of the video. And if you would like to check out the workshop where I'm going to be teaching how to read tarot, how to increase your intuition, how to read tarot intuitively, scrying, I'll share anything that I found to be helpful on YouTube for those of you that want to do a YouTube channel. And I'll be going over transitioning into having tarot as a business or doing tarot full time. So I'll try to cover the business aspect of it as well. Everybody who attends will get their own deck of cards I'm going to give you guys and a workbook that I'm putting together. So if you're interested in that, link is in the description for the workshop. It will be in Phoenix, Arizona, June 18th. The seating is limited. I know it's in June, but it will fill up, so don't wait last minute. But if you're interested in that, you can check the link in the description as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Don't forget to check out the daily messages. Take care and be well.